Everybody good tonight? Coach, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I can start us off. You know, it was good kind of to have all your pieces. This first game, we had all of our pieces tonight. And I think that's our next step with this team is we've got to get some rhythm and some chemistry with guys playing together and figuring out that rotation off that bench a little bit. And, you know, players figure that rotation out. I don't figure it out. Better you play, more opportunity you get to play. When you don't play as well, you don't play as much. So players will help me figure that rotation out off that bench. But that's the next step we got to have. It was good I thought we saw Deshaun, some things he could add to. It's a little bit different, a piece that we needed. Tonight was the first time we had Deshaun in there against the zone. We hadn't had no zone yet. And he showed me some things that, as I've told you guys, I'm trying to learn too. what he can do, what he can't do. Well, he showed me on that block he has the ability to attack that rim. Made a good pass out there to Tavion out there for a three. Those kind of things he can add to. And again, there's no substitute for his experience. I thought off the bench, the guy that I have a lot of confidence in. Y'all have heard me talk about him a lot. But Thursday and Friday was his first full practices. It's the first time he's practiced all fall full time. And it showed in his play. That's Galen Smith. He comes in, plays 12 minutes, 6 points, 7 rebounds. That's adding 2. And he's a guy that I know can really add 2. And I like to get to a point that we can throw him and Charles out there together some. But that just comes with some more rhythm, some more chemistry of what we're doing. Didn't think we guarded ball screens very well. We were bad on that ball screen. 5 guys, got to be better. We got to be better out there with Josh. And best way sometimes guard the ball screen, go play some zone, especially those little cats. I didn't want to do that. I want to make us fight that screen. I want to be teaching points. But that's the area we got to get better at. We got to get better guarding that bounce. Way too many times we get beat off that bounce. So there's some good, there's some bad. Second half, I know we only turned it over 5 times. First half, I think we had 8, didn't we? Is that correct? Second half, we had 5. That was better. But again, I think the biggest thing I'll take from it is understanding a little bit more from chemistry and rhythm part, where some pieces maybe start to fit a little bit better. You know, there's another guy that comes off that bench that every time he comes in, he adds 2. That's Horton. I like that. You know, his minutes may be more limited than some of those other guys, but I like his ability to come add 2. He's a guy who can jump up in the crowd and rebound that basketball. He plays with some, you know, emotion. I like that about him. Other guys off that bench just can't do too much. You got to be able to add 2. And that's some roles guys have to understand, and I'll have to start defining it a little bit more now. So that was a long first question.
Do you think they did a better job of getting Charles the ball in that second half?
We were better at halftime. He had 2 shots. What did he end up with?
5 or 7.
7. We got in there much more efficient. Now with Charles too, as I told Charles, you got to understand the flow of this game. When you get in a bonus, which we got into second half, and you can't catch it and finesse it around that rim. And what do I mean by finessing it? I mean shooting those little soft jump hooks around there. You got to catch it and go through somebody. You got to come away with something. It ain't about, you know, soft post move. It's about scoring it or getting that free throw line when that ball comes in there. And again, that's about experience. He's probably never heard that told to him. Based on time and score and bonuses, you attack the rim different sometimes. And you don't take a chance on shooting a little floater that he's pretty good at. But lots of times those little shots are hard to make. You know, roll off the rim. But he was good. He was good. A lot of areas you got to get better at. Defensively, he's got to get better. He got beat in transition once. His guy beat him down the floor and shot a layup. But again, you know, I think he's a very good passer. He's a willing passer. I think as we continue to figure out some things, with some rhythm, you know, he's going to keep getting better.
How much better were other guys with Deshaun being out there and able to do what he was doing, and other guys being affected out there? How much better did he just make it right?
Well, Deshaun gave you a guy, his stats are pretty productive stats. 22 minutes, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 8 for 14. So he's 18.7 rebounds in 22 minutes. Oh, those are productive stats. I mean, he got them different ways. You know, I think he's really explosive around that rim. He has a lot of ability to drive that thing. As we can continue to figure out some rhythm things, some chemistry things with him, he'll keep getting better. But, you know, he showed some experience. Again, 22 minutes, those are pretty good stats. Like they had those last Tuesday.
What do you think of Josh in his second game as point guard, big role?
Well, it was better than his first. That's for sure. And maybe I just expect too much out of Josh. That's just where I'm at with him. I expect a whole lot more. I'm not going to be satisfied with Josh. Is he better than he ever was in his life? Probably so. But it's not near where it needs to be. He's got to figure out, as a point guard, you know, you got to get some pop about you besides scoring. Scoring can't be the only thing that gives you pop. And what I mean by pop? Energy, emotion. And you got to be able to get some pop about you by stopping that guy, being a defensive stopper. And you got to take pride in that. That's got to give you some energy and give you some emotion. You got to take some pride in, boy, making that good pass, getting my teammate an open shot, feeding that post. And again, he's never had to do that. Most guys' energy comes from where? Where, guys? Scoring. That's right. You the only guys ever played in here? You never played? Did you ever get fired up getting stops?
Me?
Yeah. You never got no stops in, did you, Dom? I got you. But that's a role where he's got to change. His mindset's got to be different than it's ever been. Now, we've taken an athlete, we've put him at the point guard spot. That mind's got to change. Can't be that same guy. He was okay, but I expect so much more from him. I expect him to be a defensive stopper. You know, I expect him to, you know, continue to grow and talk and, you know, and make his team feel some energy from you. Get a defensive deflection. You know, how many times I get a deflection defensively? You know, that's an important thing. And take some pride in that. I mean, I want to see somebody pound their chest when they get a defensive stop. Not just when you score. When you get that kind of mindset, then you got something. He needs that. With his abilities, that's the kind of mindset he's got to have. He's not going to lead us in three-point shots. You know, that's not what his game is. But his game could be some areas better than anybody we got. As good as anybody, could be as good as a lot of players in this country when he really gets that mindset right defensively.
Coach.
Yes, sir.
Last year, you guys really were light on depth as far as the beginning of the season off your bench. How important is it this year having that depth off the bench that you can rely on?
Well, it's different in a lot of ways. You know, last year, I didn't have to worry about how a guy performed off the bench. He had to play no matter what. I had to let him play. You know, now, I don't have to do that. I want a bench. When you come off that bench, you have to add to. Understand your role. Don't try to do things that hurts the team. Make easy plays. And that's the role of guys off the bench. You know, last year, you know, I had to have guys that had to play. I had to live with a lot of mistakes. I'm probably not quite as, I can pull that trigger a little quicker this year. I don't have to be as patient. And again, remember this. As I've always said, I don't decide playing time off the bench. Who decides it? Players. The better you play, the more time you get. And You can watch guys as they continue to grow. You'll see guys coming off that bench, how they're productive. And there's going to be different times, different nights. People do different things. But it's very obvious we do have a bench. I do have a luxury of surviving a foul trouble here or there, surviving an injury, something we had zero margin for last year.
The announced attendance for tonight was the largest crowd since the largest home opening crowd since 2007. Were you happy with the environment tonight?
Well, I think it was great. That tells you if it was the largest crowd home opener since 2007. Who'd you play in 2007?
Who was it? Kennesaw State. That was the Sweet 16 year, though.
2007. How many people did you have?
6,200 that year.
How many was here tonight?
5,800.
Well, I'm not happy then. But it was a great crowd. No, it's what it's, that's a start. We need all those butts in those seats. Those nights you can't be here, make sure you put a body in those seats. CL, you put some bodies in your seats tonight. I like that. That's what you got to do every night. But the atmosphere is great. It's better for you. It's better for the fans. Helps our team. Gives us some energy. Gives us some emotion. So we just got to keep building on it. It's a good start. It's not where we wanted at, but we're making progress with it.
How much do you emphasize to your team that the Bowling Green community truly cares about the WKU basketball program? As you see, last year rattled off so many home wins, then the crowd comes. How much do you emphasize that?
Well, I don't think our guys, because you've heard me talk about it a lot, though, how important it is to sell this place out and what it does for our team. Our crowd means everything. Those students, getting those students in that gym, and that's where it starts at. Those students coming in this gym and taking pride in Western Kentucky, taking pride in this team. So when they graduate and leave from here, they got that pride in them. And I thought students were good, can be better. I ain't going to be satisfied that a whole row of bleachers up there are packed with the students and there's nowhere for them to sit. So we got to keep making strides there. But no question, you've heard me say this, it's not just about us, it takes us all, everybody. Whole town of Bowling Green, surrounding cities, surrounding towns, for us to be as good as we can be. And again, we get everybody doing it every night, no question. We're going to keep getting better as a basketball team. I think there's no doubt about that. That's going to keep happening as we keep getting experience. I like this team. I like what it can be. We just got to get better in a hurry, too, with our schedule. That's the thing that's a little different. We got a murder schedule here right off the bat. And it's tough all the way through up at the conference play. We don't have a lot of cupcakes, nowhere. You go on the road against Valpo, that's a good team. Winner, loser, West Virginia, and those other guys, and you come back home, you go on the road to a Missouri Valley team, Indiana State, Missouri State, Missouri Valley, Arkansas, Belmont on the road. Now, how about that one? It ain't never easy there, or home. So there's no easy games. We just got to keep getting better every day. Starts in practice, but we will. There's some things that I see little things that were better tonight than we were last game.
Coach, 2 games in, do you like where you're at, and what did you like from the team, what did you not like?
Well, would I like for us to be far along and better? Yes, sir. I don't think we're not very smooth at that point guard play yet. Not near as smooth as I was hoping and anticipating. That's where that is. We've had some games, again, not having everybody together some. It slowed up the progress of it. It's tough enough as it is, having a whole new team, but we've had a few guys in and out those first 2 or 3 games, and that slowed the progress up a little bit too. So to answer your question, we've made some inroads, but we're not where I like for us to be. We got to continue to work every day in practice, and we're going to keep getting better. And we're going to keep getting better every day.
How big is it to have the early tournament test coming up, with the South Carolina tournament?
Well, we've had a good early test on the road at Washington, and we're going to go get another good early test over in a really tough tournament against 3 really quality teams, no matter who we play. All 3 of them are really good teams on a neutral court. So, I like some road games. I love playing at home. road games, especially with a new team, that's where you bond. And this team didn't have a chance what we had last year. Going to Costa Rica and playing those games, those 10 days of practice and together, so much bonding took place. We came back home, we were so advanced, even though we had a new team. It's a new team last year, only one guy back. But we advanced so much from that trip. The only trip we've had really to be together was the University of Washington as the first time. So going on these road trips, we'll be gone Tuesday to Sunday. Those are bonding trips. And when you're on the road, it makes you bond when you're playing. So I like that. I like playing in neutral site environments against good teams. Who had another question back here? Dominic, was you going to say something? Who had it? You had it?
Coach, how important is it to have graduate transfers and players with college experience to help transition some of those freshmen in? Because, as you said, you're playing with nearly a wholly completely new team.
Are we talking, which guys you talking about? Deshaun? Jarrett?
Have college experience like, Matt Horton, Deshaun.
Well, Matt Horton had no Division I experience, so it's learning. He's learning every day. But Deshaun, Jarrett.
And, Carson Williams, although he's not playing this year, he still had that year with no rookie touches.
Yeah, he's sitting on the bench. He ain't gonna help us much this year, but you like those guys, yes. Guys a little bit experienced, and a guy like Carson, he gets the opportunity to sit out and watch. Basically, the guys D1 experience, Sean, Jarrett, Hollingsworth, guys that really playing minutes. Is that right? Give me another one. Josh really don't count because he's whole new minutes he's getting at a different position too.
Jarrett.
I said Jarrett. Jarrett, Deshaun, and Tavion. Jarrett. Murray got a little bit as a freshman. Jay got a little bit as a freshman. So that's all good for those guys. A little experience helps. It does. Last one.
Anything else?
Anybody else got one? CL, you got a question? Marvin, you got a question? Good?
Sounds like a no.
Marvin, that's a no. Marvin don't have a question. CL, you got a question? We good? All right. Tell Brad I missed him. Who's going to see Brad?